FAFSA Verification. What is verification? The Department of Education requires schools to collect documentation to check the accuracy of FAFSA information. The verification process primarily requires review of household taxes and incomes, though the Department of Education may ask for other information as well. Students selected for verification must complete the process before financial aid can be offered. Once the KC Financial Aid Office receives all required documents, we will compare the documents with the information submitted on the FAFSA. If information does not match, we may ask for more documents or more information in order to correct the FAFSA. How do you know if you've been selected for verification? After Kilgore College receives your FAFSA, you will have two ways of knowing if your FAFSA was selected for verification. 1. Email notification. 2. Log in to access KC Aid. Check your email. Once your FAFSA is received at Kilgore College, the Financial Aid Office sends an email notifying you of required documents. Check your Student Financial Aid portal. Log in to access KC Aid, click on Menu and select Documents and Messages, and view the required verification documents. You will see messages in Access KC Aid explaining documents required for verification and what to do. Only complete required documents. Documents not on your documents list as not received are not required at this time. KC Financial Aid Forms. All financial aid forms are available in Access KC Aid under Forms. Many are fillable PDFs that you can fill in before printing. Once you've completed the fillable portions, you will need to print forms that require a signature. Sign the form with all the required signatures, then submit the completed form. How can I submit verification documents? Most documents can be accepted electronically and do not have to be original copies. But documents that require a notary stamp signature must be original copies. Submit documents electronically using one of the following options. You can also submit documents in person at either KC campus. Verification Worksheet, Tips and Hints. Most students selected for verification will be required to submit a verification worksheet. Determine if you are a dependent or independent student. When you completed your FAFSA, were you required to include parent information? If not, you would be an independent student. If yes, you are a dependent student. Unmarried students with no children of their own who are under the age of 24 are considered to be dependent unless other mitigating circumstances apply. More information about dependency status can be found online at studentaid.gov. All students completing a verification worksheet should include themselves on line 1 in section 2, Household Information. The number of people on the worksheet should match the number in the household you submitted on your FAFSA. Identify the college if any of these household members attend or will attend during the FAFSA year. If someone is not attending college, you can leave this field blank or write in none. Verification Worksheet for dependent students. All dependent students should include the parent, step-parents they included on the FAFSA. Dependent students should also include any siblings, step-siblings, or other individuals who receive the majority of their support from the student's parent, step-parents, during the appropriate year, the year for which the FAFSA is valid. Sample correct dependent student. Sample incorrect dependent student number 1. Sample incorrect dependent student number 2. Verification worksheet for independent students. Independent students should include their spouse or significant other if that significant other lives with the student, even if not legally married. Independent students should include their children, stepchildren, or other dependents who live with the student and their spouse or significant other. Here's a sample of a correct independent student verification worksheet. Sample incorrect independent student number 1. Sample incorrect independent student number 2. Under Section 4, Additional Support Information, check the boxes for any benefits you or a parent received during the appropriate tax year. This is identified on the verification worksheet under the Section 4 heading. Section 5 Housing Support Information asks for a few more details about your housing for the appropriate year. Were you supported by someone else in the tax year requested on the FAFSA? Were you or a parent incarcerated for any portion of the year requested on the FAFSA? Were you considered homeless for any portion of the year requested on the FAFSA? All students must provide a signature in Section 6 on the student signature line. Dependent students must provide a parent signature from one parent, step-parent, who is identified as a parent on the FAFSA. Verification of household income. The verification process also requires verification of household income for most students selected. The best way to provide tax information is through the IRS Data Retrieval Tool, DRT, on the FAFSA. This tool is available for the majority of people, including the students and their parents. If you or a parent are unable to link your taxes using the IRS Data Retrieval Tool in the FAFSA, you can submit other tax documents instead. Be sure to submit documents from the correct tax year. Students and/or parents who cannot provide valid tax return documents for the appropriate tax year may be asked to provide other documents verifying support and income. Be sure to submit all required pages of a tax document. IRS Form 1040 tax returns are typically at least 2 pages. Check to determine if the tax filer filed a Schedule 1 with the tax return. The tax filer's signature is required on tax returns. Students must sign their tax return. At least one parent must sign a parent tax return. If the tax filer filed a Schedule 1 for the required tax year, submit this page along with the other tax return pages. If you do not have copies of your tax return, you can obtain a tax return transcript online or by mail via irs.gov. Choose the correct tax year and select Return Transcript. Tax return transcripts are typically double-sided. Submit all front and back pages. Detailed instructions on obtaining a tax transcript are available online at kilgore.edu/financial aid. V4 Custom Verification. This verification asks for the student to verify their high school completion status and their identity. Must submit an official high school transcript, homeschool transcript, or proof of GED completion to Kilgore College. Must submit a form called Documentation of Identity and Statement of Educational Purpose. How to monitor your status. The best way to keep track of what you need to submit and your FAFSA's progress is by checking Access KC Aid at accesskcaid.kilgore.edu/student. The Financial Aid Office will mark documents as received once we receive them. If a document is incomplete, we'll mark it as incomplete and notify you of what's missing or what may have been completed incorrectly. Be sure to provide us with a working phone number so that we can reach you quickly and easily. Visit kilgore.edu/financial aid for more financial aid how-to videos.